Well, it's the second day of Rosh Hashanah.
So Tuesday, is there still high school?
Still, okay, still.
What time is that? During the day?
It's probably up until, it's in the morning, I think. I think it's 10.
Tuesday, I will be in town.
You will.
And then the healing service is Tuesday too, probably.
Yeah, it's part of it.
And the Yishmor is part of the healing?
No, that's, Yisker is, the 4th. That's the week after. You don't need it.
I'm through during the ticket services.
What?
The new president is going to introduce herself.
Yeah. Well, actually, both, she'll do it both Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you. I apologize for interrupting you.
Oh, no, don't worry. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Happy New Year. I'm not going to be there during the ticket services. I'll speak there Tuesday. Well, for one thing, I don't know if I'll be able to even drive. There's something going on with my car. I hear a funny noise, which I've never heard before. As I was telling the gentleman right there, I thought it was getting crowded tonight. Apparently, everybody's holding themselves in for something. Or you thought it would be empty? And Monday will be the new president introducing herself, probably a financial thing. And then there's the ceremony where she tells people just to sit and think and write down something spiritual. So, the texting. Could be, sacred texting. Yeah, I don't accept that.
Well, you say you don't accept it, I mean, you don't have a choice.
No, I understand. I was just clearly, yeah, he's good. I didn't mean that. He is, I heard his voice. And then the service will be, is the service taped? They've said that every year when I asked them. TRT. If there's a way to do it, I can.
You have to,
How do you?
I think you have to log in on password. You have to write your password.
Oh, you do?
I think, I mean.
Oh, I thought it was TRT.
I think that we need more things.
More things to do.
The rabbi motion here. And I know that they.
So you've done this with a password?
There was a point where I know I created.
Yeah, sure, that was my favorite. They complained about the bubble.
Exactly. So I say that's a win.
Is it okay if I hit, tell you the thought?
Sure.
Since you know that's security, anyway, I knew what's known.
I'm looking forward to going back to my colleague, but I can't compare my colleague because you need to flip it up with your arm, and that's a motion I'm still not allowed to do for several months yet. So we're doing this. Yeah.
It appears you're healing very quickly.
It's healing. Doctor said I would pay him for the first month, and I would thank him a year please turn to page 3. I love this combination in the middle. Ozi v'zimrat yavayi Yeshua. My strength and your song will be my salvation. I love the idea of that. That salvation is a combination of the work of God and us together. Ozi v'zimrat yavayi Yeshua. Singing that, I was reminded that I've been told to put on the microphone so people can hear me on the camera. So pardon me for just one moment, talk amongst yourselves. In fact, say Shabbat Shalom to someone.
Thank you for teaching me to go to the Bima.
Oh,
Please continue to push.
was she? Okay. Oh, I won't push you too hard.
No, that's okay, that's okay.
And not
Shall
upstairs.
we start your time?
Oh, by the way, thank you for the book you gave me. It's not yours.
Oh, is it?
You got a license? Cool. That's neat. Okay. Y'all check to see whose book you got? Yeah. I asked Brooke to hand them out so you all got your own books. That's the way we're doing it. On the same page above that, I love this midrash. I've had 2 weddings this month and got to talk to the couples about it being the month of love. Elul is known as an abbreviation for Ani ledodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. And the rabbis taught that God named this month Elul to help us remember that God is waiting for us to return, that God is looking for us as we wait for a lover to return to us. So it's a beautiful love poem. It comes from Song of Songs. It is traditionally sung by couples to each other on Shabbat. And it's also sung during this month as we think of the love between God and us. Dodi li vani lo haro'eh bashoshanim dodi li mizot olah min hamidbar mizot olah min hamidbar dodi li vani lo haro'eh bashoshanim dodi li mikuteret mor levona dodi li vani lo haro'eh bashoshanim dodi li baptini achoti kala li baptini kala dodi li vani lo haro'eh bashoshanim
banim dodi li. Page 4. How wonderful it is to live in harmony with all people. Like stepping out of the bath, your whole body fresh and vibrant. Like the morning dew glistening on the tiniest blade of grass. It is God's infinite blessing, a taste of eternal life. Page 7. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Now is the time for turning. The leaves are beginning to turn from green to red and orange. The birds are beginning to turn and are heading once more toward the south. The animals are beginning to turn to storing their food for the winter. For leaves, birds, and animals, turning comes instinctively. But for us, turning does not come so easily. It takes an active will for us to make a turn. It means breaking with old habits. It means admitting that we have been wrong, and this is never easy. It means losing face. It means starting all over again, and this is always painful. It means saying, I am sorry. It means recognizing that we have the ability to change. These things are terribly hard to do, but unless we turn, we will be trapped forever in yesterday's ways. God, help us to turn from callousness to sensitivity, from hostility to love, from pettiness to purpose, from envy to contentment, from carelessness to discipline, from fear to faith. Turn us around and bring us back toward you. Revive our lives as at the beginning, and turn us toward each other, for in isolation there is no life. On page 10. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Source of blessing, eternal our God, you fill the universe with majestic might, teaching us holiness through sacred obligations, giving us the mitzvah of bringing light on Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem has a tradition behind it. It says that when Shabbat begins, angels come to every Jewish home. And they look in the door, and if they see joy, they go, Ken Yehia, Ken you. Thus may it be next week. If they see sorrow or anger, they're required to say, Ken Yehiu. Thus may it be next week. And so we begin each Shabbat by welcoming these angels in and wishing them goodness. This version has changed the last line. It says, Shalom Aleichem, peace to you. Boachem leShalom, please come in peace. Barchuni Shalom, bless me with peace. And it used to say, Tzedchem leShalom, depart in peace. Now it says, Shuvchem leShalom, may you come back again next week in peace. So it's on page 20. Please join with me. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shuvchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. 25 in the middle. Magnified be your name, here and now in the life we are living. May we expand your presence in this world, extend the light of your goodness, make visible and tangible your love. Summoned to a purpose beyond ourselves, we bend our knees and bow. Page 26. Please rise if you're able. I orient myself to the east, facing the land of Israel. I align myself with my people, embracing a noble tradition. I enlist in the work of justice, repairing a broken world. I take upon myself this mitzvah. Wherever you go, be a blessing. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. 28. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro ma'ariv haravim b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim uvitvuna mishanei itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or umavir yom umevi layla umavdil bein yom uvein layla Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch ata Adonai hama'ariv aravim. 31. If you find joy in Torah, you'll sit with the sages and drink their words, your soul refreshed like a tree by streams of water. Wisdom will follow you all the seasons of your life, celebration in the sunlight, consolation in the night. Your roots will grow deep. You'll anchor yourself in courage and hope. You'll savor and cherish the true work of your hands. Your passion for life will not wither or fade. They'll treasure the lessons you leave behind. Remember what you taught in word and deed. And those who come after you will honor your path. How I love your Torah. All day it is my conversation. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Bottom of 35. Love the strangers among you. Love them as yourself. See yourself in their eyes. With your own hands bind up their wounds. Teach your children to unlock their hearts and share their wealth. Inscribe words of welcome at your gates and ports of entry. For you have been strangers in every corner of the world. On the next page, be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohim Emet. On page 40. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'u v'necha b'ke'ayam לפני משה ומרים, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. We praise you, eternal power, the one who redeemed Israel. On 43 and then the bottom of 42. The arrow flies over us and the sun sets. We go down into sleep, the terror and the mystery. We ask to lay us down and to raise us up. We ask for wings and the shelter of wings. In the dream we are given the terror and the mystery. We ask for good counsel, the word that may shelter us, protect us and rescue us, rising up out of sleep in the calm of night, that we may be restored. Translate the terror into the mystery of words. Baruch atah, Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom, ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Page 45 in the middle. Today was one of those perfect fall days. We seem somehow over the way to have lost our seasons. Winter suddenly just radically becomes summer without anything in the middle. And to have a day that just seems right. It was so beautiful. I walked outside this morning and I prepared myself, and I didn't know it was sunny, so I steeled myself for heat. And there wasn't heat. And then I thought, oh, it must be cold. And it wasn't cold. And it was one of those days when you can just walk outside, and the world greets you and accepts you just as you are. You didn't need to bundle up or strip down or whatever it was. You could just be and be in the world. And it made me think of this reading here in the middle of 45. Peace comes with the sunset. Cool breezes ease the heat of day. all things settle into stillness. Gentle song of crickets, moonrise and the silence of night. Give us shelter in your presence. Bring peace to those who yearn for peace. Enfold us in your quiet. Let our fears find rest in you. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam. Berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafa Shabbat Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat Shabbat vayinafash. Page 48 and the even-numbered pages. Please rise if you're able. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia gitilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo v'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim v'chesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'neman ata l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Blessed are you, the unending source of holiness. Page 60. God who is ours, and God of our fathers and mothers, may our rest on this Shabbat bring you pleasure. Lead us to holiness through your mitzvot, and may each of us find a portion of Torah that is ours. You bestow such goodness. Teach us to be satisfied and to know the joy of your salvation. Help us to serve you truly with purity of heart. Let your holy Shabbat be our heritage, embraced freely and with love. And may all our people bring holiness to your name by resting on this day. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Our praise to you, Eternal One. You bring holiness to Shabbat. Page 66. God who is ours, God of all generations. To you we are grateful forever. Rock and protector of our lives, your saving power endures from age to age. We thank you and tell the tale of your praise, your power in our lives, your caring for our souls, the constant miracle of your kindness. Morning, noon, and night we call you goodness, for your compassion never ends. We call you mercy, for your love has no limit. We call you hope, now and for all time. 68. And for all these gifts, God of majesty, may your name come to be blessed and praised. Our gratitude a daily offering until the end of time. And may all life resound with gratitude and faith in praise of your name. God, you free us and strengthen us. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose goodness deserves thanks and praise. On page 70. Peace, profound and lasting, all-embracing. Peace. Let this be your gift to Israel, your people. In your goodness, author of peace, bless us and all people, every season, every hour, with the peace that is yours to give. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael bashalom. You, Adonai, are the blessed one who blesses us with peace. We continue silently. On page 73 is a reading that I love. When I first read it, I didn't like it because I thought it was a cop-out. I thought it was, hey God, I'm not doing any of this stuff, you take care of it. And as I read it over, I realized it doesn't say that at all, because it starts with our efforts. This prayer is only a prayer for after we've done what we could do. So please join with me. Whatever harm I may have done in all my life, in all your wide creation, if I cannot repair it, I beg you to repair it. And then there are all the wounded, the poor, the deaf, the lonely, and the old, whom I have roughly dismissed, as if I were not one of them, where I have wronged them by it and cannot make amends. I ask you to comfort them to overflowing. And where there are lives I may have withered around me, or lives of strangers far or near, that I've destroyed in blind complicity. And if I cannot find them or have no way to serve them, remember them. I beg you to remember them when winter is over and all your unimaginable promises burst into song on death's bare branches. Page 77, a prayer for healing. Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Do we have any September anniversary couples? No, you're all wiser than to get married during the holidays? I have a friend of mine, a rabbi, whose birthday is today. And I wrote to him and said, what are you, stupid? Who gets born at a time like this when you're going to be a rabbi? This is not fun. He pointed out that my son Eitan's birthday was last week. You have no idea how many times his birthday came on Yom Kippur. And nothing like Yom Kippur or Erev Yom Kippur when your parents are both rabbis to really get into celebrating your birthday. So, okay. So, this week's parasha, we actually, most of us know. Because it's the parasha, it's right near the end of Deuteronomy, obviously. We're near the holidays. But it's the one that we Reform Jews chose to read on Yom Kippur Day. It's called Nitzavim. And it's that word that I want to look at, Nitzavim. Occurs Deuteronomy chapter 29. It says, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. You are standing, all of you, today before Adonai your God, to be entered into this covenant. And that's what we read on Yom Kippur morning. The traditional Yom Kippur reading is about sacrifices, burnt offerings on the altar. Reform Jews a long time ago decided this was more useful. But tonight I want to talk about that word, nitzavim, which here just means standing. You're standing before God. And I wonder how each of us deals with standing before God. It's not an easy phrase. And it's a phrase that I guess in a way I get to address differently because I begin each holiday service with a meditation that the congregational leader is supposed to say that, please God, let my congregation not fail because of me, and let me not fail because of my congregation. And so I start off with an understanding that this is, okay, God, this is us talking. So I don't know your feeling about God. I don't know your relationship with God, if you believe that God exists or you don't. But I'd like to suggest to you that if we take this phrase seriously, that we stand before God, that it comes out differently than just praying to whom we may concern. And I want to share with you, I thought about this word, which occurs over and over, but I want to give you 3 places where this word nitzav, to stand, occurs before this in the Torah. And the first one is Jacob's dream. Now, if you remember Jacob, the obnoxious younger brother, oh my God, when I do this with the 7th graders, I say, how many of you have a younger brother or a sister that's this obnoxious? And then I say, and how many of you are the younger brother or sister who's obnoxious? One or the other, everyone raises their hand. So Jacob goes to his brothers and says, hey guys, I had this amazing dream. I'm sure you want to hear it, where we were all binding up sheaves of wheat, and suddenly all your sheaves bowed down to my sheaf. Way to win friends and influence people, right? In the Hebrew, it says, in this dream, we were out all there binding up the sheaves of wheat. You know what a sheaf of wheat looks like when you stand it all up, tie it up together, and then it's standing up. Okay? V'hinei kama alumati, and my sheaf stood up. V'gam nitzava, and it not just stood up, but then stood over you. That's nitzav. Stood over yours, and all of you bowed down to me. So there's nitzav. Later, here's what God tells Moses. God says, Lech el paro baboker. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. Baboker, hine yotzei hamayma, when he's coming out of the water from his bath. V'nitzavta likrato, and stand there to greet him. Stand to greet Pharaoh. Don't bow. Don't prostrate yourself. Stand and confront Pharaoh. And then, I don't know how many of you know the story of Balaam and his ass. Really, it's got to be taken tongue-in-cheek, either in the Torah. Sorry, but Balaam is a prophet. He's not Jewish. He's sent out to curse the Jewish people. A king hires him, a hitman in prayer. I want you to go out, and the Israelites are all camped over there, and I want you to go and stand above them on a mountain and lay a curse upon them. And he says, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Finally, they offer him enough money, and he says, sure. So he gets on his mule, and he heads out. And the mule suddenly sees a cherub. By the way, cherubs are not cute little things in the Torah. Cherubs are winged monsters. They're not the little Valentine's Day thing. The cherubs are what God puts to guard the Garden of Eden after the people are expelled. So the mule looks up and sees this cherub standing there with a flaming sword blocking the way and doesn't go on. And Balaam kicks him and whips him and everything. And finally the mule turns to him and says, are you stupid? Really, this is almost verbatim the text. Don't you see what I see? And of course he didn't, and now he suddenly sees. So in other words, the mule was smarter than Balaam. Okay? So in it, V'hinei ha'aton, v'terah ha'aton et malach Adonai, nitzav baderech. And the mule sees this angel of God, nitzav baderech. Now again, literally standing in the way. But try to picture how you're going to stand if you want to block someone from going forward. Not casually, not gently. You're standing there, you're presenting yourself, I dare you to come through me. Okay? Now I want you to take those images and think about this portion. Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. You are standing today, all of you before God. La'avracha bevrit Adonai Elohecha, to bring you into the covenant of Adonai your God and into God's oath. And then it goes on to say, and I'm not just making this agreement with everyone who's here. I'm making it with everyone who's here and everyone who isn't even here yet. But I'm struck by this word because in all the time in the holidays that we're told to come meekly and bow and do like the great Aleinu when we go down to the floor and stuff like this, that's not what it says to do here. It says we're supposed to stand proudly. We're supposed to stand strong and face our God. Now that doesn't mean to say, hey God, we're all that, we did everything right. But it says that even when we come to ask forgiveness, we're not supposed to crawl. We're supposed to come and say, God help us, but look at us. We're trying. We really are trying. You're standing here. Okay, God. So if it helps you, and I don't usually personify God because it leads in all kinds of bad directions, but what if we were to think of God as someone that we had to stand and address? A human, one-to-one, eye-to-eye, and say, God, please give us a good year. God, please help us with our failings. God, strengthen us in our endeavors. Not coming as little crawling things, coming as the creations that God made to stand on 2 feet. Come and stand before God and say, you made us, you know us, and here we are, and I'm giving you me. It's all I've got. I've only got me, but I'm giving you me. Please, God, help me to do this. If it's possible to think that way, I think it could change the way we hear and do the high holidays. Because even our vidui, even our confession, still speaks about a partnership. We're your people, you're our God. We're your community, you're our leader. It's a mutual thing that we do here. And so, in the only time you'll ever hear me suggest that you anthropomorphize God and see God as a being that you can speak to and see and who has eyes and ears and whom we can stand one-on-one and talk to. I thought it might help with Nitzavim coming right now to think about our way of doing this as we come to the holidays. Because while we do try to come with humility, we do not come beating ourselves up. In fact, think about, as we'll hear, think about the sound of the shofar. The sound of the shofar is not a timid sound. Not one of its notes is a timid note. For us to stand and blow the shofar on these holidays is to announce our presence. It's to announce that we're here. When you have the image, I don't know if you do, but I do, that on Rosh Hashanah, when we hear all the shofar out blowing in the auditorium, I think about every shofar blowing around the world. I think about how there's 24 hours of the sun traveling around, and as it reaches a certain point in every community, we hear shofar. And there are probably a couple of time zones where there are no shofar out, but not many. And that is, with all its call to repentance and everything else, still a sound of pride. We stand and we blow this loudly and powerfully and with strength. And Yasher Koch, we say to the people who do this. And who do we congratulate? The ones that blow it and make it sound like a sound. Atem nitzavim hayom. Kulchem, you are standing today. We are standing today, all of us, before Adonai our God. Let's not crawl into the new year. Let's think about what we've done right. Let's think about what we've done wrong. Let's set a plan to do better in the coming year than we've done. And let's bring that plan to God and stand proudly, one-on-one. You are standing today, all of you, before Adonai our God. To all of us, I wish us b'hatzlacha, success in the prayers that we have in the coming week and weeks. May we bring our hopes and dreams and our fears and our pride and offer them to God. Page 78, we continue with Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת ברוכה על רוצה בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, kakatuv b'torato, v'yadata hayom, v'hashivota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'elohim, b'shamayim mima'al, v'al ha'aretz mitachat, ein od. Page 80. And so, Adonai our God, we look to you, hoping soon to behold the splendor of your power revealed, a world free of idolatry and false gods, a world growing more perfect through divine governance, a world in which all human beings make known your name, while those who do evil turn instead toward you. V'nehemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. The announcements this week are pretty obvious. Yontif is happening. First of all, I want to thank Mark Wilner for having been here so many weeks to blow shofar for us during the month of Elul. It is traditional to hear that sound to get us to wake up. And I know that everyone is looking forward to hearing you and the gang on Monday and Tuesday. Shira, by the way, sends her thanks and apologies for not being a better student. Shira found out that when you have dental surgery, that blowing shofar is not really the best thing to do. Want to know how she found that out? But she thanks you. I hope you've all picked up your tickets. I hope you know what you're doing. Remember, it's not here, it's over at the high school. You will be receiving, together with your next statement, it'll be online, an article I put together introducing my plan for the coming year in terms of what I'm doing with my services and sermons. And I have to say this to make clear that I am not in any way comparing myself to Moses. I don't do that. Not well. But the book of Deuteronomy that we're reading now is kind of like Moses right at the end of his life saying, okay, all those things I taught you, I just want to remind you real quick before I go. And I've been collecting over the last half year ideas that I think are the most important things that I've taught over my entire career. And I've chosen to do each one on one Shabbat or one service during the year. And so throughout the year, listed in the newsletter and whatever, I'm going to try to review some of the things that I've taught, beginning not on Rosh Hashanah, but beginning on Yom Kippur. And so I invite you to join me for this journey. I'm calling it Devarim, Deuteronomy. And it's been fascinating for me to try to distill all of what I've done and been jotting down ideas along the way. You may have heard the sermons before. I'm not like digging out an old sermon, but you may have heard the ideas before, but then again, the Israelites had all heard what Moses was saying too when he got to the Devarim, but he wanted to remind them. So I will be starting with passion and joy on Yom Kippur, and also talking about why it is that I have always had such a commitment to feeding the hungry. And then from then on, and every Shabbat, I'm going to be sharing a different idea. So I hope you'll join us for that. I don't know what else is on the announcement sheet, but if it isn't high holidays, I don't care. It's just too much going on right now. So we wish you all a Shana Tova U'Metuka, a good year, a sweet year, and I look forward to sharing it with you. I've had several people come up and say, when are you leaving? And I go, are you in a hurry? It's like, it's not yet. I'm not done yet. So, and then pardon me, but it was freaky to come in and see that flyer out on the table there going, hold the date for the rabbi's goodbye party. It's like, goodbye party? I haven't finished my Rosh Hashanah sermons yet. How can you do this? So I am looking forward to sharing these holidays and this year with all of you. We turn to page 86. And before we join in Kaddish, if you are here to remember someone for Kaddish, please rise and say their names aloud. Then we stand as a community in praise of God for all the gifts of life that we share. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shmei Dekudsha Brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. Let perfect peace abound. Let there be abundant life for us and for all Israel. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, all Israel, and all who dwell on earth. And let us say, Amen. Turn all the way back, please, to page 12. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'chata, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, Ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. I'm going to ask a favor. Would someone lift this up? I can't. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Thank you. Learning to know when I have to say no. Page 89. Amid shouts of joy, to the sound of the shofar, the Holy One ascends. Let us ascend. As we hear the call of community, the voice of return, let us ascend. As we feel the pull and power of tradition, let us ascend toward forgiveness and peace of mind, toward heartfelt change and acts of repair. Let us ascend to the sound of shofar. Let us enter the gates of teshuvah. Reach deep into the sanctuary of the heart. Reach beyond to the infinite and eternal. Reach deep with every quiet breath. Reach beyond, summoned by the ancient ringing blast of the shofar. Page 91. Baruch atah Adonai shomea truah. Blessed are you, Adonai, who hears the sounding of the shofar. Tekiah. Shvarim truah. Tekiah gedolah. Leshana tova tikatevu, Leshana tova tikatevu, tikatevu v'techatemu. Leshana tova tikatevu, Leshana tova tikatevu, tikatevu v'techatemu. Leshana tova, for a good year. Tikatevu, may you be written. V'techatemu, and may you be sealed. Shana tova and Shabbat shalom. Yashkoach.